Hello and welcome to Sports News. The Flying Eagles of Nigeria are set to win a 7th African Youth Championship crown at the expense of host Senegal this Sunday. Now the match will be the 9th time Nigeria is featuring in the final of the tournament, while host country Senegal is playing its first ever final. This game will be a rematch of the opening game of the competition, which the Flying Eagles won by 3-1. Meanwhile, Chidera Eze has been ruled out of the final game. Eze picked up a hamstring injury during training a day before the Flying Eagles tackled Pt.4 last Saturday and will spend the next 4 weeks on the sidelines. Europe's top leagues have threatened legal action against FIFA for the sporting and economic damage caused by moving the 2022 FIFA World Cup to Qatar. At the meeting in Barcelona, Spain, the European Professional Football Leagues adopted a resolution slamming the decision to move the competition from its traditional date in June and July to November and December to combat the scorching heat in the Middle East. FIFA announced on Friday that it will triple the amount paid to clubs who released their players for the 2018 and 2022 World Cups to $209 million. The EPFL has sent a report to FIFA recommending the tournament be played in May, but says that it has been ignored and wants more talks. Wilfried Bony scored his first goal for Manchester City as the champions cruised to a 3-0 win over West Bromwich Albion. Aston Villa remain in relegation waters as Spaff and TB Gomez's late goal gave Swansea a 1-0 win. Olivier Giroud, the French international, scored 2 goals in 4 minutes as Arsenal beat Newcastle United to continue their pursuit of second-placed Manchester City. Southampton kept alive their hopes of securing a Champions League berth with a 2-0 win over Burnley. A goal and an assist from Glenn Murray helped Crystal Palace move 12 points clear of the relegation zone with victory over Stoke City. Harry Kane's first Premier League hat-trick got Tottenham's challenge for a top 4 spot back on track. Well, that's it.
Well, Iran's President Hassan Rouhani says that the progress made so far in the nuclear talks with world powers indicates that a final deal can be reached. While admitting that there still exist areas of disagreement, Mr. Rouhani told Iranian state media that there is nothing that cannot be resolved. The month of March has been fixed as deadline by 6 world powers negotiating a deal with Iran aimed at limiting its nuclear activity. Iran insists its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes, but world powers fear it has military ambitions. And finally tonight, a 3-year-old boy struggling with cancer in Brazil is already living his dreams. He wants to be Pope someday, notwithstanding the life-threatening condition he's got to contend with. Last year, Rafael Freitas was diagnosed of a stage 4 form of cancer, and his parents have vowed never to leave anything to chance.
Young Rafael Freitas and his parents came to this cancer hospital in Barretos, Brazil a year ago. Here he was diagnosed of neuroblastoma, a terminal disease in which malignant cancer cells form in the nerve tissues and bones. His parents were devastated, but all that didn't take the glow off the 3-year-old lad whose dream is to become a pope someday so he can stay in the Vatican.
We have given up everything this year. My wife and I have given up everything in our city in order to focus on his life, because he is everything in our life other than God.
Every day in his hospital room, Rafael practices the rites of the Holy Communion in the hope that one day he would raise the cup towards the Sistine Chapel. Mass is not complete without him by the priest in the hospital chapel. When I was leading the Mass, he was playing on the bench with his back turned, saying his own little Mass. I didn't know what it was. When I asked him what he wanted to be, he said he wants to be a pope. So I gave him the priest's clothing, the sacred cups, so that he can play with something that would encourage him to express his wish. Although doctors say there is no hope, Raphael has continued to show signs of improvement with the help of prayers and love of those around him. He still plays around with lots of energy, like children his age. As Randerson and his wife watch their son bond with the medical staff, all hopes are rekindled. They say times of miracles are still here. One day, this healing may take place and Raphael's dream come true.
Well, dreams do come true, and if you do believe, surely it can come to pass. Well, great dreams there. Well, the main news again. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, General Muhammadu Buhari, has called for mass turnout of voters in next week's general elections, with his party's leaders assuring that the APC candidate will not Islamize Nigeria. President Goodluck Jonathan has restated his opposition to the idea of interim national government, saying the call is treasonable. The president said this during a visit to Daura, Katsina State. The police say they have commenced an operation to rescue the emir of Bukuyum in Zamfara State, Muhammad Usman, who was kidnapped while praying in a mosque yesterday evening. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. We thank you so very much for watching. Well, we'll now leave you with live coverage of the APC presidential candidate meeting with private sector leaders in Abuja. Have a blessed evening.